Hello everyone! The clip you're about to hear is from one of our exclusive Patreon episodes on a recent horror release, and just like all of our other episodes, it might include major spoilers for said horror release, so don't listen to it if you haven't already seen it. You've officially been warned. And if you'd like to hear the full episode, just head on over to patreon.com/horrorqueers and subscribe today. Without further ado, here is your exclusive Patreon clip. You have, obviously, like the pubic blood thingamajig with Christian, like the love spell.
Yeah. I wondered whether that would have played better had it been after the fact. Like, if he had found the pube in the meat pie, and then later you see it, and you're like, oh, now I get it. But again, the mystery is not the point, right?
But that's the thing, though. Yeah, so Hereditary, you had this mystery the whole time. Is she mentally ill? Maybe. Or is it, a plot against her? Whereas this one, he's like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to show y'all exactly what's going to happen, and you can just watch it unroll. So,
because it's the same kind of deal, right? These people are fucked from the get-go in the exact same way as Hereditary, only this time he's telling it to us up front.
Yeah. Also, though, didn't you... we're jumping around, I'm so sorry, but, like, Christian being in the bear suit at the end, didn't that remind you of the Wicker Man remake when he's in the bear suit punching ladies?
Oh, 100%. Like, to the point where I thought to myself, he's gotta be fucking referencing that Wicker Man update, right?
He's trolling Neil LaBute. He's trolling him.
I mean, somebody who knows a deep dive of horror may come back at us and be like, actually, that's from the 1972 Hungarian film, and we'll be like, cool. Thanks for letting us know, but for now, I'm choosing to believe that he is trolling Neil LaBute.
So onto the gore. So we have those two old people just fucking dying, which is awesome. Off-screen death of Will Poulter, but you do see his face mask on the inbred person, the Oracle.
Yes.
Chidi gets the mallet to the head.
Which is great, but I just want it just a touch more. I did like how we linger on Chidi, and you keep waiting to see if blood will start pooling from out of his head, because, such a stereotype. And then nothing, and then the body gets dragged away, and you're like, oh, hello, Red. That satisfying smear.
I could have used a skull, the back of a skull being open, and I'm only basing this on the fact that in the Black Christmas remake, when Michelle Trachtenberg gets the ice skates thrown in the back of her head, and it exposes her brain.
That is so ridiculous.
That's probably what actually Ari Aster was like, look, y'all, I just saw the Black Christmas remake, and it looks real bad, so we're not going to open up his skull, we're just going to hit him in the back of the head, it's going to be fine. So that's what he did. It is
a little bit strange, all things considered, because the woman's head, when she jumps off that cliff, is so pulpy and tactile.
But I agree. Their deaths are not satisfying. So, but then you could argue that, that's not the point, like Ariel was saying. But then how you justify all the screen time spent with them being assholes. So,
which is my problem. So
I
that's
understand.
Part of the 25%.
I understand.
But it doesn't bother you?
It doesn't bother me.
No, ding, ding, ding. No, everybody drink. Everybody down your glass.
Yes, and in my review, I did say I'm interested to see how this will play on a rewatch. Because I may feel very differently. I may agree with you on the rewatch and say, you know what? You're right. This could be cut. I want to get to the end of the movie. I don't know. Without seeing it a second time yet, I don't know.
Yeah. As much as I know some people don't like all the speculative stuff, what do you think this film would have been like if these characters had have been older and maybe a little bit wiser? Because we've got those 4 stages that Pele talks about, and they're clearly falling within that second stage where, you kind of have matured a little bit and you can go on that gap year. Huh? Did you notice how the gap year stuff came back?
Yeah.
Don't you feel like you're super glad that we talked about gap years? A couple weeks ago?
Uh-huh.
You're like, no.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Yes, and I don't give a fuck.
Okay, noted.
Get in, losers. This is the Lady Killers, a Feminine Rage podcast. I'm Jen.
I'm Sammy.
I'm Rocco.
And I'm May. Our podcast is a tribute to the female-identifying killers in horror and more.
Each episode will feature us, your Supreme Court of female murderers, discussing our favorite lady killers, from your Julias and Jennifers to your Carries and Christines.
We'll tell her story, decide if it's good for her horror, and answer the most important question of all: would we die for her?
Join us on Thursdays as we pull on our sweaters, snatch our ice picks, sharpen our scissors, and honor the lady killers who live on the silver screen.
No boys were harmed in the making of this podcast.
Yet.
Hello, I'm Shelby Scott, the host of Scare You to Sleep, a podcast where I tell you spooky bedtime stories full of creepy sound effects and music that is soothing yet unsettling to help immerse you into a world of horror. This is a show for those of us who have realized horror can be a strange but relaxing escape from reality. Speaking of escapes, sometimes I lead you through guided nightmares, like a guided meditation, but instead of flowery meadows, I take you on a journey through your own personal nightmare. So come get lost in the terror with me. Listen to Scare You to Sleep wherever you listen to podcasts, or find us online at bloody.fm. Sweet screams.